Hey, it's you and me.
Let's go. Hi, guys. It's been ages.
It's
probably not been ages.
No. I don't know. Well, maybe, because you're going to be gone for 2 weeks, probably.
It's gonna be forever, guys. Did you miss us? Did you miss us?
Is that a song? Or
No. Hi, guys. It's good to see you. We're going to the Maid's Tale. I'm scared still.
I'm just sad.
Wow, we finished this at 01. That seems like a bad number.
No, it's a start, a new beginning.
It's a start? Okay. I believe you. Oh, I forgot. We were seeing time. Man, it's really counting up.
That's so...
Was that 100 years?
200...
Because it was 100?
Was it 1099 or... I don't
The
know.
first 100 years. She was here for over 100 years. No. Do you know how torturous that probably has been for poor Giselle? 100 years with just Morgana and yourself?
And no, you can't even see outside. No plants, no sunshine. No birds, no butterflies, nothing.
All you have is a library of books that you probably read 20,000 times. That's horrible. That's miserable. Okay, anyway.
For the first 100 years, I kept track of how much time had passed. An hour, a day, a month, a year, 10 years, 50. But once it had surpassed a person's average lifespan, the counting started driving me mad, and so I stopped. My sense of time began to numb. In place of sleep, I spent my days in a trance-like state. Doing so, I was less aware of the passage of time, which made it a little easier to bear. Suspended in this bubble of time, my mind went out to you.
She was thinking of him. No, more time is passing. Oh my gosh. Another 100 years. That's too long.
The next thing I lost was a sense of myself. I lived as a human for 21 years. After spending nearly 10 times that trapped in the mansion, I began to feel like that was all I had ever been. That maybe my past was all a construction of my imagination. That, as an otherworldly being, I merely fantasize about being human. Had I actually had a family? Had there actually been other people in the world? Did cities and villages really exist? Was there ever really a time when light shone through the windows? When we were happy?
I kind of would understand that it would feel all like a dream at this point, just being stuck there. 200 freaking years? Yeah, after that, your life, like, whatever human life you had, it would probably seem dreamly.
Yeah.
I'm not even being able to dream. I can't.
But I knew if I started doubting everything, I wouldn't be able to maintain myself. So I settled on believing on one thing. That you, Michelle, were real. That you had been with me. That I had loved you. And that it was you I was waiting for. I tried to always remember that one fact. No.
Oh my gosh. How long did it take for us to come back?
I don't remember the year of the first door.
I don't either.
My characteristic energy and cheer were disappearing. By then, I hardly ever raised my voice anymore. And in response to that change, the witch seemed to treat me a little nicer. On occasion, I thought I could sense her presence nearby, like she might reveal her form to me from beyond the darkness, instead of only speaking to me. I could feel her sitting beside me.
Giselle? Do you think you're still Giselle, even now? I suppose it doesn't matter either way. Sometimes I think love and fantasism are two sides of the same coin.
What are you implying?
Oh, nothing. I have an idea, though. Why don't we make you some new clothes, my dear? The loom should still work, thanks to you keeping everything in order. That outfit's an artifact of age long past by now.
You know how long it's been?
Vaguely, but yes. As we speak, time still marches onwards. Not too quickly, and not too slowly, but at the same pace as you're breathing. Now, on your feet, Giselle. We have plenty of time, so let's make the perfect maid's outfit. And if we don't have enough materials, we can make more thread from the sheets or the curtains. How exciting!
I hate her. Following her instructions, I wove garments in a style that did not exist in my era. They were quite strange to behold. The old me might have been stricken with fascination by them, but at that point, I wasn't even sure how to rejoice, how to be impressed, or how to be moved anymore.
Dude, Michelle didn't even have the witch that long.
Agony. It sounds like rain again. Hiss, hiss, hiss. Hiss, hiss, hiss. I don't know why I'm doing this. Hiss. What year is it? Hiss, hiss. Oh, it doesn't matter what year it is. It doesn't matter where it is. As long as you're there. It could be any time, anywhere. Where are you, Michelle? What are you doing? I'm still praying. I'm still wishing for you to appear before me. Forever and ever and ever. And ever and ever and ever. I've been praying for so long. I don't even know how long it's been. Before you left, you said you were going to pray too. You said you hoped we could meet again in another life. I'm not misremembering, am I? Michelle, come back to me soon. I love you so, so very much. But my memories of you are starting to fade. What did your voice sound like? What kinds of faces did you make? Where did you like to put your hands on me? I don't want to forget. I want to always remember. My memories of you are the only thing holding me together. But they're slipping away from me. How did you speak? What kinds of things did you talk about? I'm losing all these memories. Please, Michelle, come back to me. Before I forget everything. My beloved master. Was she not able to write anything?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, girl, write it down. The writing takes a lot.
Yeah. The thought crossed my mind that maybe Morgana's guarantee that you would be reconstructed was just a lie to trick me into staying here. But I quickly discarded it, because if she had been lying, it would strip all meaning from my very existence. It would take from me my purpose for being here. So I didn't want to accept that possibility. I had no choice but to persevere in my belief that you would return. I had always thought I would be all right, that my faith would never waver. I still believed in myself. But you can be the happiest, most optimistic, resolute person in the world, and you will still break eventually. And I was at the point where even the slightest tap would shatter me into fragments.
Could we just get out of here? Okay, another 400 other years. That's good. Maybe.
Several hundred years after I was enslaved within the mansion, something changed for the very first time. Sunlight, which I had not seen in all that time, shone from outside.
Sorry, I'm just gonna calm that down if I could figure out how volume works in my life. Very beautiful, mystic aura, singing voice, but...
Maybe an angel came to save us. Oh, the archangel. Michael.
Let's go!
first, I did not believe it was real. I thought it was a hallucination, born from my inner desires. And I thought I must have completely lost it for my fantasies to have escaped my mind. But it didn't matter if it was all an illusion. The gentle breeze blowing in through the window felt wonderful. The smell of grass, the chirping of birds, the glistening blue sky, it was like 1,000 memories rushing back all at once, and it brought tears to my eyes.
The time has come, Giselle. It's time for you to get to work.
And as she always did, the witch's voice crushed my elation, dragging me back to reality. Reveling in the sight of the outside world was the last thing I should have been doing, for it was that moment that began my true decline. Work? What kind of work?
Have you already forgotten? Oh, good heavens. Do you have your head on straight, my dear? As I said, I need you to watch over the house and show your utmost hospitality to those who show up.
Is someone...
This is merely an appetizer. It looks like someone's here.
Hold on. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do.
Do the same thing you have been doing. Be a maid. Convince the house's guests that this is a wonderful place. Make them enjoy their stay. Now, go on. I'm quite looking forward to this.
The bar has been removed, but will the door open? For so long, the door had refused to budge. For so long, light had forsaken these halls. For so long, there had been no trace of life. And now, all of that had been turned on its head. I felt like I had stepped into heaven on earth. I know it sounds melodramatic, so please don't laugh. It was almost certainly a perfectly ordinary slice of nature. Leaves and grass rustled in the wind, flowers speckled the earth, and in the distance was a city I didn't recognize. I wondered where I was, of course, but I neither shouted nor jumped in surprise. Instead, I found myself accepting of my circumstances, as unnatural as they might have been. As I was standing there idly before the entrance, a carriage rolled up.
Egad! Could this road be any bloody worse? It's in dire need of paving, and on top of everything else. And who might you be, young lady? That outfit.
He's speaking a different language.
Oh.
The middle-aged man approached me.
Don't tell me this is the man in the painting.
From his attire and the way he held himself, he appeared to be upper class. However, the words coming out of his mouth were not in the language I had grown up speaking. Could the mansion have moved somewhere far, far away? Naturally, I had no idea how such a thing was possible. And the longer I stood there staring at him absent-mindedly, the more incredulous he became. My immediate mission was to overcome the language barrier. Fortunately, I suppose, I was able to understand bits and pieces of what he had said. As merchants in the capital, my family did business with people from other countries, and as a result, I had learned a handful of words.
Is that enough to get by, though?
The problem was, it had been so long ago, I had no confidence whatsoever in my ability to hold a conversation. I am a servant.
A servant? Can't say I remember asking for a lady servant, but I suppose those things do happen. Doesn't matter who they sent.
Who are you?
You weren't informed? Bloody hell. Off to a great start, I see. Well, what can you do, I guess? My name's Hayden Rhodes. Was that the painting?
That's the father.
That's the father.
I think that's the father.
The father of who?
Mel?
Mel?
And
oh, Rhodes, the Rhodes family.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh.
I could be wrong, but
Might be very true. That might be very true. But he's old.
Maybe he's grandpa.
Maybe... Oh yeah, the grandpa died in the mansion.
Something like that, I don't know.
He died having sex in the mansion.
Oh my gosh!
I remember, because I remember Mel told Elle the story, and it was like...
He made it uncomfortable for everyone.
Yes, he did. Okay, anyway, going back to the story. Just a retired old man.
As I am sure you have already guessed, this man was the Rhodes siblings' grandfather. He was also the first person I served under as the maid. Oh.
Oh, the memories. Oh no. Oh no. Is that what we're supposed to feel? The memories flooding back from Mel and Elle, and the sadness and the happiness.
I hate it because Elle is Michelle but reincarnated or reconstructed as a woman, so she can't do anything but just kind of stand aside.
I don't understand. We don't really know who Elle is still.
That's true.
We think it's Michelle, but we don't really know. But this is getting weird now.
Gosh, it's weird hearing this music again.
Oh man, we haven't heard the same music this whole game. Well, besides like the opening credit scenes music. It's not credits, but the opening music when you open the game. We heard that song a few times, I think. But yes, this is like the first time we've heard the same song in a long time.
For a member of an esteemed noble family, Hayden was a bit on the eccentric side. He had only hired a handful of servants, claiming he was not fond of clamor. There was a single chef, a physician, a servant to take care of all of the cleaning, and then me, who served as his personal assistant. Whenever he got the chance, Hayden would chase me down and make me practice proper etiquette. According to him, I had much to learn.
You are at least technically a servant of the Rhodes family, young lady. So I can't have you going around playing the country bumpkin act.
Oh, my angel.
Oh, we're here. Oh, wow.
Yes, sir.
And we'll have to do something about that accent, too, while we're at it.
I have an accent?
Thicker than bloody molasses. Now, I have no interest in sticking my nose into your business, asking where you hail from. But while you're here, you must act the part, young lady. Lucky for you, I'm retired and have all the time in the world. I'll teach you everything you need to know about proper etiquette.
All right.
Speak up, will ya?
Yes, sir. Hayden did not go easy on me either. In addition to my day-to-day duties, I studied etiquette, the language, proper pronunciation, and formal diction. Anytime I made the slightest mistake, he would shout his dissatisfaction.
Listen carefully. A servant is the face of a house. A servant's gaff is her master's gaff. Always keep this in mind. You're not just a maid. You must always act with elegance and grace. You must always maintain your composure, even if the house is falling down around you. Whatever happens, you deal with it quickly and quietly. Your language must be immaculate. No ums, no uhs, or pauses. For any reason.
Yes, sir.
No stammering either.
Sorry.
Bloody hell. You are not going to make this easy, are you? Whose idea was it that a country bumpkin would make a good servant?
So rude.
I'd like to give him a piece of my mind.
I'll give you a piece of mine. I'm not from the country. Not even slightly. I was raised in the capital.
Is that so, eh? A prim and proper city girl, are ya? In that case, you should be a quick study.
Absolutely. I can learn anything in a week. Tops, a piece of cake.
Is that so? Alright then, starting tomorrow, I'm tripling your lessons.
Oh my god. I didn't think this through. In addition to being my master, Hayden was my teacher. When he yelled, he grew twice his size, and I shrunk to half of mine. But it wasn't all an unpleasant experience, because I knew he wasn't raising his voice to belittle me. His instruction may have been harsh, but it was human interaction. There were people around that I could talk to, and that was wonderful. I was starting to regain some of my humanity.
Unlike me, you've still got a long life ahead of you, young lady.
It sure does.
Oh my gosh, it's already been too long, actually. I don't know what kind of life you've lived, but I can't imagine it's been all that easy. Not many servant girls your age without a home to go back to. Which is why you need to learn this. Once you've got all the rules and customs down, you'll be able to hold your own at any noble's estate. So it's kind of nice he's doing it kind of mainly for her. I mean, he doesn't really have to keep her. He could just kick her out. I mean, even though I don't know if that would work with Morgana, but...
It's not, but she's able to disappear, because she disappeared from the Beast and from Youn'me.
Yeah, that's true.
So...
You shouldn't have any trouble keeping yourself employed. I'm sure you think I'm just a loud, obnoxious old man, but I believe we met for a reason, so I hope you'll stick with me.
I, don't think about you like that at all, Master. You're a remarkable man.
One more time.
I deeply appreciate your generous consideration, Master, from the bottom of my heart.
Aye.
I didn't know much about Hayden's situation, why he had retired to this mansion all alone, away from the rest of his family. But any time I asked about them, he would say,
"It happens sometimes,"
with a melancholic frown. Before long, 2 years had passed. By that point, my etiquette had improved enough to satisfy his high standards. In that time, the mansion underwent a number of decor changes, as Hayden brought in sculptors to work on different areas of the house. He also sealed off rooms that were not in use, such as the observation tower and the chapel.
Oh, I wonder if that's why the observation tower eventually was sealed.
Maybe that's where she goes to hide. It was a sad thing, seeing areas with so many memories for me falling into disuse. But as a mere servant, I had no say in the matter. In addition, Hayden seemed to greatly enjoy renovating the house, so I watched him warmly. The furniture was all gradually replaced, gorgeous paintings hung on the walls, colorfully patterned curtains installed. And a brilliant rose garden planted.
These roses come from all across the world. Nowhere else can you see so many different varieties in one place.
It's beautiful. Did you know that in the city, people are starting to call the mansion Rose Manor?
Rose Manor.
And to think, there used to be nothing but weeds here. Amazing how much has changed. I never thought I would see this garden turned into something so beautiful.
Are you fond of roses, young lady?
Yes, red ones especially. Red roses mean a great deal to me. They remind me of a time long past.
Because she grew the red rose, no? Given one as a gift, were you?
No, I believe I was the one who gave the rose. So red roses are a symbol of my feelings. They are very precious to me. I gave you a rose as a gift. You plucked it from its stem and placed it into my hair. Am I remembering correctly? My memories are so vague now. I can't even remember the look on your face that day.
There are some kids I'd like to give roses to myself.
Who?
My grandchildren.
Aww. Oh my, you have grandchildren?
Aye, though we haven't been in touch for some time. Last I saw them was 4 years ago, when my second grandchild was born.
Third. He was about to say third.
Oh, whoa.
Interesting.
The white-haired girl. Oh.
So he knew about it! He knew about it!
Oh my gosh. The sweetest girl in the world with lovely flaxen hair. She's going to be a real beauty when she grows up. Wait, is that why he was, like, sent away so that he wouldn't tell the wife? Because that is kind of messed up.
I'm confused.
Wasn't the white-haired girl half-child? It was Elle, but it was half-child?
Yeah, of the mom of Mel and the mysterious painter. Ooh, sorry.
You're good.
So, is he protecting his daughter?
Maybe.
From her infidelity?
Maybe. More questions to add to the pile.
Of course.
The pile of questions is growing. She's going to be a real beauty when she grows up. We never got to see. Anyway, they're wonderful kids. And one day, I want to hand this garden over to them. Each and every rose containing my hope that they'll lead comfortable and healthy lives free of strife.
I'm sure your wish will come to pass.
Oh, that probably hurts her more because she saw it all happen too. Oh,
yeah. Your grandchildren will have wonderful lives. The grief of not having you around still weighed heavily on my mind, but I was slowly approaching contentness. Life with Hayden was slow and uneventful, peaceful and relaxing. I imagined my heart was seeking anything to alleviate its pain. And it found that, in the beautifully remodeled mansion, the garden blooming wildly with roses, and my time with Hayden. I was even beginning to think this life was enough for me, that I would be okay with this being the end, if it meant more of the tranquility I felt. I was, like a coward, considering giving up the fight. Please do forgive me for ever considering such a thing.
I mean, you were there for hundreds of years. I think anyone would feel that way. Oh, good. A decent way to end, I think. Yeah, I think so. I think that's a great next episode.
Okay, sorry.
Goodbye, guys.
I gotta go. Restroom break.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Did you like the video?
Maybe consider subscribing. We like your company.
Okay.
See you next video.